Well, that is a question nobody's asked me yet. I don't know. I think somehow you have to know that you're an entrepreneur or you know that you want to do business. And it doesn't really matter if you're raised in a communist country or capitalist country. Um, I guess my first business endeavor was back when I was like 11 in Croatia, and you know I was from a communist country. Croatia at that time was Yugoslavia, communist country, and yet I rented a popcorn stand so that I could make money to buy Tom and Jerry cartoons. And I guess that's all about, you know, capitalism, or that's all about free market and, you know, being an entrepreneur. There's no hard answer to that. The entrepreneur has to convince me that he's coming with something that interests me, that I believe that he's going to be able to pull over, and that if he does, it's going to be something extraordinary, and thus will make money. And I don't care if he brings a 60-pager business plan or a flash presentation or a short video, or he comes barehanded. The bottom line is if he convinces me that he's coming with something really interesting. Passion is probably the single most important thing in an entrepreneur. Passion is what is supposed to drive the entrepreneurs. And passion is what you see in the best ones, in the ones who really succeed. Talking about Steve Jobs, rest in peace, the news we heard this morning, you see that most of what Steve and Apple have achieved was driven by passion, the passion to bring something new to the people, to give them new opportunities, to actually change the way they live. That's passion. And that's, I believe, what all of the investors look for in an entrepreneur. We look at anything that's in technology or around technology. So any companies that produce any technology-driven products, or any companies whose business is based on usage of technologies. We've invested in consumer internet, we've invested in mobile, we've invested in social. We're not that focused. Well, I'm not that young anymore. Well, what needs to be said in this part of the world, meaning Central Europe, age does not matter that much, because the real free market and business experience is only like 20 years or 22 years or whatever it is. So I don't see a huge difference between being 35, 36 and 60, because all of us only have the 20 years long experience. And how I came to it, I started off as an entrepreneur, so I founded a couple of companies myself. I spent some time doing consulting for companies because I thought I knew better. And then I turned a VC, so I just probably did it faster than some other people. Well, me as an entrepreneur, I never hit it big. I had a couple of exits, most of them fairly minor. I built a conference organizing business, which I sold years ago. I built a web development agency, or helped to build. I think more successes I did on the consulting and then on the investing side. And that's one of the reasons I turned to VC, because I realized I won't be a Steve Jobs, or I won't be a Mark Zuckerberg in terms of I'll never make it big as an entrepreneur. I'm a lousy people manager, for example. Well, I've only spent a couple of hours here, but it's a great event. I think what this part of the world needs is more events like that, more opportunities for people around startup, people in the startup scene, to get together and meet and share their experiences and sort of work together. And that's what Startup Week is about. Well, I believe my great passion, and also probably my biggest responsibility in life is to raise my kids well, to raise my kids so that they are happy and good people. So yeah, I have 2 kids, a 4-year-old son and a 1-year-old daughter. Those are both passion and sort of responsibility.